Anyway, so I'm going to talk about games because this one game in particular, I'm going to do a game vid today just because I don't do this very often on this channel because I don't I don't play games as often as I would like to, dude. Honestly, like I've got a stack of games that I'm working through, but my like current gen backlog is just fucking and even the games I've got, I'll get three-quarters of the way through and start another one. I'm such a lax gamer, I really am. Anyway, this vid's going to be about Arkham Knight. My fiance got this for me at Christmas, because Batman and Arkham, and yeah, she knows I enjoy that series, and I was looking forward to this, I really enjoyed the first two. Arkham Asylum was groundbreaking. Arkham City was good. Arkham City, I thought was really strong and a really nice expansion of it. Arkham Origins, it's okay. It's not a bad game. It's the fact that it's not on par with what Rocksteady have shown us thus far, but there we go. Which brings us to this chapter, Arkham Knight, which is the conclusion of the trilogy. That's right, I say trilogy. They make a few nods to Arkham Origins in this, so you're like, oh, that counts. Okay, we didn't just dream that. But yeah, so this isn't going to be a spoiler video. I could make another video about that, but that would take forever. I could go on about that one. So the premise, you know the premise by now. The game's been out for almost a year. So yeah, it's the final chapter. Scarecrow takes over Gotham. He threatens to release his fear gas all over it. Fucking, just ruin it, just waste it. He gives them 24 hours. The civilians evacuate. The police stand by because they're trying to find him. All the ne'er-do-wells, the gangsters, the criminals, the thugs, they hang around, as well as a sort of a little cabal of Batman's rogues gallery, who are sort of kind of in cahoots in terms of taking him down, but not quite. But you find, yeah, whatever. And then it's Batman. So Scarecrow's forces are being led by a militia who's being led by the mysterious Arkham Knight, who's wearing some sort of Iron Man Batman costume. Yeah. And that's all I'm going to say. That's the premise of this game. Any more than that would just be utter spoilers. In terms of gameplay, a lot of the stuff's back. It's a bigger Gotham than we've seen, which is nice. Yeah. There's a lot. The buildings are higher. There's more platforms. It's cool. All the fun stuff's back. The Predator takedowns, gliding, grappling, all of that. All the good stuff's back. The gadgets. It's still Batman. Kevin Conroy's back, and maybe one or two other old favorites are back as well. But beyond that, I can't really go too much into detail. The Batmobile is the biggest in-your-face addition to this, and oh god, I hated that thing. I mean, it grows on you after a time. Whenever you like set a waypoint on the map, or you've got to go and do a side mission, and it's like, oh, it's all the way over there. Well, it's going to take me ages to swing there. Beep, and then you call the Batmobile, and then it's just there. I like that. I like how easy it is to access. You don't have to fly over to summon the Batmobile. Go to this point. There's no points like that. You just need to be on or looking at a road, and you get the Batmobile. That was handy. It's like a horse. It's like a horse in a fantasy RPG. It's just you whistle and it comes. That's all it is. So that was handy, but by and large, it's clunky. It's not as sleek as like the cars or the driving in a Grand Theft Auto game. For the Batmobile, for the sleek, sexy Batmobile, it borrows a lot from the Tumbler, from the Nolan movies. It's very big, very clunky, very loud. It just, it barrages through corners and it smacks people out of the way and electrocutes them. If you're into that, cool. There's almost too many Batmobile-centric missions for my liking. I mean, there's plenty of Predator missions, but there's a hell of a lot of... They beat you over the head with the Batmobile in this game. They're like, you want the Batmobile? Here it is! Here it is! Play it! Play it! It's good! And it takes some getting used to. It grows on you, but holy hell, until it does, you're like, can I just jump out of this and punch the guy, please? I mean, there is a takedown you can get for people who drive cars at you outside the Batmobile, so why not just do that all the... Anyway, getting off point. In terms of the actual gameplay, they add something new. Like they add the multi-fear takedown, where you can take down a guy and then you can immediately take down another guy, and then as you rank up, you know, it's nice. You get that little streak going on. It's cool. The combat is still effortless and still flair. I like that a lot. Again, I played on the Xbox One. I didn't have too many problems with it. It didn't fry up, or, you know, I didn't get any issues with it myself. Maybe once or twice in the Batmobile it might have stalled. But beyond that, you know, that's fine. It's a big game, and the Batmobile is what makes it big. And the story's great. I like it. It's by and large the story's good. The weak part would be the Arkham Knight himself. Now he looms large throughout a lot of this story, and no matter how many times Batman gets on the horn to Alfred and says, "See what you can dig up on the Arkham Knight," he's like, "I can't find anything, Master Wayne." Ultimately, where that story goes, I'm not telling, but the game's not really about him. It could, I mean, he comes and goes, and then he just goes. He just kind of leaves the story. So, you know, I mean, he kind of shows up at the end, and it's implied he has a hand to play at what happens at the end, but sort of not really, you know. I've completed this game, and when I say completed, I mean that in the subjective term. Because the game has kind of three endings. There's the ending, there's the story ending, and there's like there's a free roaming ending, and then there's the 100% ending. I haven't got the 100% ending. It requires me to get all the Riddler trophies. No. Okay, I thought like this is going to be the one. This is going to be the time where I get Riddler, because every other game I haven't bothered with him. He's annoying. In this game, he's really, really annoying. His challenges are bastard hard. I put the time in to get this guy, and you know, even when you complete his the Riddler-centric side missions, you have a boss fight with him, and then in the middle of it, he goes like, "Ah, no, I'm not going to fight you. If you want to fight me, you have to collect all my trophies." And you look at it and you're like, "Oh, only 250 more to go." No. You know, a lot of the side missions are okay. They're quite cool. There's a nice dual team combat system they've worked out for guys, you know, for characters like Catwoman, Nightwing, Robin, etc. You know, that's pretty cool. Some of the story threads from Arkham City and even Arkham Origins get picked up again, so that's cool. Again, the dual team system, nice. It does sort of, they bill this as the sort of the last, not just the final chapter of this trilogy, but Batman's last night. And in a way it is, but it doesn't sort of end. It's not worth getting into. I tried a little bit of the DLC. Some of the DLC is nice, man. I mean, they give you some nice gear. You've got the Batfleck costume. You've got the Dark Knight costume if you want that. They've got the Season of Infamy pack, which is nice. There's some pretty good stories in there for Ra's al Ghul and Killer Croc and Mr. Freeze. So yeah, check those out. But beyond that, this game is okay. It's not a perfect game. It's kind of clunky. I would say, as with the Gears of War series, the Arkham series peaked with the second entry. So those are my thoughts on Arkham City of Fear, which it should be called really. If you like this vid, please click like, subscribe, view, share, and all the usual jazz. And I'll try and do some more game videos. All the best, YouTube.